This next contest is scheduled for one fall.
This was not scheduled originally.
First, to the other side of the track, weighing in at 198 pounds, Nickie Valentino.
Well, because Nickie Valentino is so annoyed at the fact Alex Jordan actually dared make a comeback and dare return to the ring after the near career-ending injury that he suffered. Nickie Valentino came out here, and a kid that got stretchered out of here a month ago, Valentino sucker shot it. That's completely inappropriate. Just let this kid have a career. Let him have a career. Give him a shot. Alex Jordan with a double leg, and this kid has had an entire month to think about what happened to him back at Outbreak, and about an hour and a half to think about Valentino's words and his attack earlier tonight. A beautiful moment, an emotional moment, with these fans showing Alex Jordan the love and appreciation he deserves, and Valentino came out to spoil the whole thing.
Well, Joe, it definitely was a serious moment that we saw with Alex Jordan, but I gotta ask you, what is this kid thinking? He got lucky. You only get lucky sometimes once in life with something like that, and he's getting in there with Nickie Valentino, and he had the option not to take quote-unquote team dive. Let's see if he learned his lesson.
He didn't have an option. He got sucker punched before he even got there as Valentino clotheslined to the floor. But I know this kid. I know this kid will take a chance. I know this kid wears his emotions on his sleeve. And I know this kid loves this business second to none. And that's why he's here. And that's why he was offered a regular spot. Because if he can come back from what happened last month and be unfazed, then by God, what could stop this kid? I don't think anything could.
Well, I personally think the kid should have taken that as a sign, should have said, hey, I had a good run, let's call it a career. Certainly don't want to get in there with old school muscle Nickie Valentino. You know, I agree with Nickie Valentino. He's right. It's all these people's fault.
No, that one's Valentino's fault. It is not these people's fault.
They were saying, oh, dive, oh, do the dive. And see what happens when you dive.
It's high risk. Sometimes these things happen and it's nobody's fault. But it's Valentino's fault. He's acting like such an ass ever since it's happened.
Man, what did Nickie Valentino do to you? You're all calling him names? That's not very professional.
Oh, Valentino's been a thorn in my side for 10 years, and you know it. Nice gut-wrench suplex. He interrupted me offering Alex a job. Is that something? He gloated about what happened to Alex a month ago, which is one of the scariest things I've ever seen in person. Is that enough? He's talking to me earlier tonight, and he said that it was a mistake of him to show compassion for the couple of moments he did here last month, and he regretted that. And just like he said earlier, Alex Jordan is a waste of a roster spot. Valentino thinks, team headlock, there you go. Valentino thinks that if Alex Jordan is offered a job here, he's just going to burn out in 6 months and replaced by, in Valentino's words earlier, quote, another monkey.
Well, a dime a dozen, I think, is what Valentino was getting to. And I personally, myself, I feel bad for Nickie Valentino. Didn't get the count-out victory, but he could have rolled him in there, pinned him, got the bigger share of the purse, and imagine how that would have affected Nickie Valentino. Are you thinking about Nickie Valentino?
Russian leg sweep, not in the least. 2 count only. Valentino's thinking about Valentino enough for all of us. Thank you very much.
Well, you know what? I'm thinking about him, too.
Well, we were all thinking about Alex Jordan when he was in the hospital in the emergency room, and we didn't know if he was going to have a future or have a career. And Valentino's mantra the whole time was, oh, see what happens when you dive? Oh, it's your people's fault. You kidding me?
Was right. You got to put the blame squarely where it belongs, on the people and on Alex Jordan. Mostly the people, but also mostly Alex Jordan.
The only thing that's at fault here is Valentino's attitude, and that's Valentino's fault. But look at Jordan showing heart and fire, showing energy here, showing that competitive spirit that's earned him a spot on this roster. You can see how this kid is. Imagine what's going through Jordan psychologically, okay? The scene of his accident, first time he's been here, now he's in for a fight. An hour ago, he didn't know he was wrestling. He was in street clothes, had a tear in his eye, had a special moment here, and Valentino now trying to steal a pin. This kid isn't any good. Why are you putting your feet on the ropes?
Oh, he had a tear. Well, why don't we just play the violin and all carry him on our shoulders? Why don't we dedicate the day to him? Why don't we I don't know, pat him on the back.
That's not what this is about, all right? It's about rewarding a kid who sacrificed his well-being for this company, for this business, for his career, and who's still showing that fight and still showing that sacrifice, now fighting to his feet, trying to get out of the Valentino chinlock.
Well, Joe, I'm not gonna doubt his fight, his sacrifice, and everything. But he's gonna
look at that!
Well, he's gonna get himself hurt. But
beautiful heel kick, and Valentino on the floor.
Well, I saw his foot. I think he's okay. Somebody should go check on Valentino.
Oh, give me a break.
Well, he could be seriously injured. I don't see you showing the compassion for him and moving guardrails for him.
There's something called karma. As Alex Jordan to his feet now, sees... Well, wait a minute. No. We saw how this ended a month ago. Don't do this. Don't do it. Oh, I'm gonna die! Stopped. Alex's confidence. Alex second-guessed himself again. He didn't do the dive after what happened last time. Oh, maybe Valentino is in his head.
Oh, it's over, Joe.
Maybe Jordan was having doubts there for that split second and questioning if Valentino was right. Alex Jordan went for that dive that was the precursor to a serious injury a month ago, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. Imagine what went through his mind as he attempted to elevate himself that right there.
Well, there may have been something smart going through his mind, because that was a smart decision, and well, he's dead weight right now.
Well, yeah, Valentino planted Alex on his head just as he did earlier when I was in the ring with him, and now a second attempt. It's hard to lift dead weight. Wait a second, Alex Jordan inside cradle! Alex with a cradle! Alex Jordan beat him! Alex Jordan just won!
Here is your winner, Alex Jordan!
Coming back from the brink of a career-ending injury, Alex Jordan returns to the scene of disaster and scores a huge win over his biggest critic.
Well, Joe, hold on, Joe. That was more a 2.5 count than anything. Valentino would...
What a moment, a career win for this 20-year-old kid. Hey, Valentino, does he deserve a spot on this roster now? He just beat you 1, 2, 3 in the middle. No flips, no dives. He out-wrestled. Nickie Valentino did Alex Jordan. Congratulations, Alex. You've earned your spot on our roster.